Hi there, I'm Carolyn, trichologist here at Absolute Hair Health Clinic. I help people with hair loss, hair thinning and scalp conditions. Today we're talking about physical hair falling out, and for this story the reason was birth control. So it's birth control and hair loss. So what happens is we have a hair cycle over our entire head, growing, resting, falling, growing, resting, falling, and when it gets disturbances we can actually have physical hair loss. So the hair cycle's growing, resting, falling, the hair falls out because there's a new hair growing. That's part of every single day, it always happens. But when there's disturbances in the body, and it can be from stopping, starting and changing birth control, it can actually push the hair out of its cycle and we can end up with what we call telogen effluvium. Now the cause is always 3 months earlier. So when the change occurs, it takes 3 months for the hair to fall out. It will then fall for 3 months and it can take 12 months to grow back in. So for this client, she came to see me when she was experiencing the hair loss because she was freaking out about how much hair. So we can all get the hair loss from the stopping, starting, changing any medications, but it generally happens more so when you have some low levels. So she had low level of ferritin, which is the storage of iron, and she also had low level of vitamin D. So I find if you are nutritionally sufficient and then you stop, starting, changing medications, this doesn't happen. So I always say if you are looking at starting, stopping, changing, particularly birth control for women, please check your nutritional status. Make sure it's not just on the edge. You want to make sure it's sufficient. So what we did is we went in and we had to help with the surface of the scalp because of the low vitamin D. She also had some scalp irritation, scale and some oil from the oil gland. So we introduced a little treatment that she did at home, which included scalp brush therapy. We used a safe scalp cleanser. She had relatively short hair, so we didn't really need a shampoo, but we did use a conditioner off the scalp. And we used a combination of our preventative, but also hair growth products. So our Activance, and we used our GRN. Now the GRN is a really interesting one. So we can also use it to promote hair growth. But if you are going to stop, start, change birth control, if we use it 3 months prior, we can actually prevent the hair loss. So we've done that in many cases. So if it's happened to you, hair loss in the past, maybe reach out to us before to check your nutritional status. So the time frame for us to do some treatment is 4 months. And we can see here the before and after and how much of a difference we made, not just to the actual hair structure, the volume, the oils disappeared and the hair curl and color has returned. So it's behaving much better. We checked on nutritional status, made sure everything was in place, and she could basically come off the treatment because she was now stable off the birth control. So that's just a little story to encourage you to reach out for help if you need to. We can help anyone, anywhere in the world. Our specialties are, hair loss, hair thinning, scalp conditions, and autoimmune conditions, and also helping with nutrition. So my email is info@absolute.com.au.